Items and How to Be a Better Player, Part 1. This time I want to keep the video a bit shorter. I know that some of you don't have the time to watch it all at once, and also the attention span is maxed out pretty fast. So at least for the item part, I will be quick. Many players don't seem to grasp the item concept completely, or rather how the best combinations are made. Actually, it is not that bad, and I think almost everyone has a general understanding on how to pick which item. But most times when you look up stats of other players, you have two things that stand out. First, the player almost exclusively plays only one god and never even touched another. And this is actually not that good. I for one have, I think around 300 games with Arachne in Conquest and around 100 with Freya. But also a lot of games with other gods, and in modes like Arena and Domination I just test them all out. This way you can get a feel for them and know how to play them when needed to. So don't only play one god, especially in all modes. Try to pick a god for each role: carry, support, bruiser and so on. I for one play Arachne, Freya, Anubis Ra, Ymir and Sobek. So this way I have the bases covered, and when needed to I can switch to the appropriate god. Especially useful this in lobby, when people log in first, don't look what others do. And yeah, so this way you can decide which god would be better in a combination. So in addition, think about valuable item combinations. I know one player who only plays Xbalanque all the time, and also only uses the same items all the time. And to be honest, that is a bit stupid. You can, and in addition, and this is also pretty dumb, but you can find these items all in the recommended tab. Nothing against the recommended tab, but when you want to get any better in this game and improve your playstyle and be an enemy that should be taken seriously, you shouldn't do it. So how to get better? I get to that in a moment. So back to items. Which lane do you pick? When you are in mid, it's not unwise to pick one or more items that stack, like Doom Orb, because you don't have a lane partner who could get the last hits on the creeps, so you get stacks really fast. But also if you play on a side lane with a support, it's not that unwise, and as long as you can get the last hit on the creeps, it's not bad, you know. But for this you have a good support who actually knows what she's doing and gives you the last hit. So when I play Arachne, most of the time I go with Heartseeker and Devourer's Gloves. And this way I have my stacks in a short time, because the support lets me get the last hits, and it stacks really fast this way. But you also have to know when to sell those items when you have a bad game. These items don't help you one bit if you die often and can't get any stacks because of it. Well, except for stacks that vanish after death, of course, that do not vanish after death. But also, when you have a lane against one or two tanks, try to swoop in a penetration item, or one that lowers the defense of the enemy, like Executioner or Titan's Bane. In Freya's case, Fatalis and Demonic Grip can lower the death really fast and effectively. At least it's doing the trick for me. So, in addition, you should take a good look at the passive of items. Rage, for example, is pretty good. With Rage, when your hand doesn't crit, it stacks up until 5 times 5%. So in the end, when it crits plus 25% when you have 5 stacks from Rage. And in combination with Deathbringer, it's a really good item for melees. But here you have to think about which is more smarter to get first, Deathbringer or Rage. If you look at Rage, you get more crit, faster attack speed, and a bit physical power. However, when you get Deathbringer at the 3rd stage, it has plus 50 physical power and plus 50% crit rating. So it's viable to get Rage first, but it's not that effective, and you lack the damage that Deathbringer gives you beforehand. So in this case, it's smarter to go for Deathbringer first and then Rage. So this would be a viable item combination, and it would be smart to do it in that order. Sure, Rage is a bit that doesn't cost so much. I think it's 400 gold less. So it depends on how the game is panning out and what you're meaning to do. So, but I think you get the understanding of it. So look at items, think about viable combinations, and by God, don't play the same items over and over again. I give you that. If you have a really good combination that works almost every game, there is actually nothing to say against that. But still, try to change it up. Try maybe for another item instead of this one and that one, and just test some other combinations out. With this, you can get a feel for it and actually improve yourself, because you then know how some items work and how some items do not work as well in combination and so on. So, how to be a better player? First of all, let me explain why this is actually part 1, and secondly why I think I'm qualified to do such a section. I tend to think that I play above average and that I have a really good understanding of the game. Not a perfect one, I give you that, but actually a really good one. And to be honest, anyone who knows this game and is also a pretty decent player is more than welcome to tell me that I'm wrong and that I don't have anything to do with such a section. Otherwise, just keep on listening. So, I still want to give some tips on how you can improve yourself and also launch a new video series with it, but more about that in a moment. So, how to improve? Furthermost, and this is really important, don't repeat the same mistakes over and over again. I often run into players who still just run in to engage, play really aggressively, and in the end the others are at fault, or the players just go like, I just didn't know why that didn't work, it always works. These players will never ever get better at this game. Never. These are also the kind of players, at least this is in my experience, who will flame and go down to trash talk. So I actually fought Bacchus the other day, and first round we won against him and his team, and he flamed like someone with Tourette syndrome in the end phase. He told us we were trash and should learn the game and suck and the whole shebang. Just everything. He really wrote a short book there in the lobby chat. So the next round we played again against him, and he picked Bacchus again, of course, no? Why pick any other god? But yeah, so the sad thing was, we were more or less winning. We got first blood, and it went really well until our Ares, who didn't say anything the whole time, just pick Ares, insta-locked in, and all of a sudden he just ran into the enemy tower, and yeah, he laned against Bacchus actually, ran in and died. And he just rinsed and repeated that. He just made dumb decisions and really looked like he was doing it on purpose. At the 10-minute mark we had to give up. He never said anything, but in the end he was level 5, while we were around level 12 or 13 and the Bacchus level 16. So Bacchus actually got all the kills on him, and I don't know what maybe this Ares was level 7 and it was his 10th game. I don't know. But yeah, and even though this Bacchus won, he still flamed us like hell, and I don't know why. But the second he started, he directed at me after I said, sorry that Ares was a troll, and he couldn't say anything more because he then just went on to tell me how I suck at this game, then I'm not a good player, and if I think that I would be mistaken, and I am trash, and one of the worst players who ever played this game, and so on, and he will actually be a pro one day, blah blah blah. He wrote so many shit, I can't recall it all. So I was actually curious because he seems to be such a bitter person, and takes this game so seriously and personal, that he must be a pretty good, decent player. At least this is what I thought. So yeah, I looked up his stats, and he played way over 2,000 games, but only won around 900 of them, and his stats were really, really average. So nothing big, nothing good. I think they were like most times were just yeah, just 4-4. So nothing in any direction, was pretty weighed out. So well, of course there are many factors on how to actually decide which player is better. So just because my stats are better than his stats doesn't necessarily mean that I'm a better player, because solely based on stats you can't decide that. But alas, that is one of the players who will never get better, because they actually refuse to learn. Their way is the best. They can't be talked out of what they're doing because everyone else is trash. At least this is what he said. So don't do something like that. You won't improve, and also everyone will know that your sex life must be pretty empty if you are this bitter and ignorant and have to write a whole book on how everyone else sucks except for you. So, sort of a forever alone guy, I guess. And he reminded me of this dude from the World of Warcraft episode in South Park. You know, this one guy who only sits at his PC all day long, plays World of Warcraft, has nothing else going, but yeah. So nevertheless, that was besides the point actually. Don't repeat your mistakes. We all do them once in a while, and we actually do them again once in a while, but try to avoid them as good as possible. And that includes not rushing in at first sight of the enemy. Try to look out for creep waves, and even if you don't have any behind you, and you're no, not even, but just if you don't have any behind you and you're not a tank above level 10, you shouldn't engage, not necessarily. This can backfire pretty horribly, because creeps can do enough damage to kill you. And also, and this is really important, because most players, I think just the inner beast comes out in them, but try not to chase. Even though the enemy has no visible HP left, don't chase if the towers are still up and you have also no idea where half of the enemy team is. In 99%, this will end badly for you. And trading a kill for a death is not always such a good idea. Instead, let the enemy run, and you, in the meantime, take mana buffs, kill creeps, get XP, and also push the tower. And that is also really important that many players seem to just forget. This game is not necessarily about killing your enemy over and over and over again. So a little anecdote again. This actually happened a few games back. We were getting overrun. Our left lane was feeding pretty badly, and the enemies just took it as an opportunity to farm us. The game went almost for an hour, and even so me and my lane partner still got out of it pretty intact. We almost won, and their mistake was not to destroy our towers, but just to literally play with us. They ganked at every opportunity and farmed. This may look good for your stats, but in the end, it won't give you the win. It won't give you the win of the game. So we might have won it, but sadly one of the left lane left because of frustration. So yeah, try to push the towers when you have the opportunity and don't chase, because in the end this can horribly backfire at you. And this is already for part 1. I know it was a bit short. More of a kind of a story than actual tips, but keep watching. It will get better, I promise you. Because I want to thank everyone for the great and encouraging feedback. I actually have a lot of more plans for the future, and with some I will start as soon as possible. The first thing that I'm going to do is the following. I will do match analysis, but not of pro matches, no, or at least not exclusively, but of you guys. You can send me either your uploaded videos or the match ID, if it was recorded, so I can watch them myself. And also I need your in-game name, so I can take a look out for the god you're playing. If you don't have any matches by now that have been recorded, don't fret. Just record them with a capturing software like Fraps and upload them to YouTube. Send me the link then, and I will take a look at it. And also I'm trying to get spectator mode right now, so I can actually watch ongoing matches, record them myself, and give tips afterwards. Well, sadly I didn't hear back from Hi-Rez yet, but I will be. So, and I also can stream, and I also could stream them, but we will see about that. For now, I can make videos out of it and do a match analysis. So, but what is this for? Pretty simple, to help you get better. My focus actually, obviously, will be on you. But also on the other gods and team to change a little bit up. I will just take a look at how you play and go into details about item composition, your playstyle, team engaging behavior, and so on. You know, this way everybody can learn from it. And yeah, you can send me the uploaded videos or the match IDs via my Twitter or here on my channel directly. My Twitter is linked though. You are welcome to follow me and be up to date. The other thing I want to do is top secret as of now. But I will try to give a bit of information as soon as possible. Possibly even at the end of this week, at least I hope so. Right now I can't really, or I don't want to really tell you what it is, because it's still in the planning stage. planning, not planing. I don't know what planing is. Something has to do with the sky, I guess. But in the planning phases. So, but it will be interesting and it will be good. I promise you that. And I will try to do it as fast as possible. So thanks again for watching, and I am looking forward to your video contributions.